Good day everyone. So today, we will be discussing the Kohlberg stages of moral development. But before that, let us discuss first the timeline of Lawrence Kohlberg. He was born on October 15, 1972 in Bronxville, New York. In 1948, he enters the University of Chicago and completes his bachelor's degree in psychology in 1 year. In 1949, he begins his doctoral work at the University of Chicago. In 1957 to 1958, he completes his doctoral dissertation research on the moral development of the children. As a result of his dissertation research, Kohlberg found professional fame in 1968. In 1968, he was influenced by the kibbutz in his travel in Israel. Kohlberg returns to U.S. and founds several Jewish communities. While conducting cross-cultural work in Belize, Kohlberg contracted a tropical disease that plagued him physically and mentally for the next 16 years. On leave from the Massachusetts hospital where he is seeking treatment for the above illness, Kohlberg commits suicide by drowning himself in Boston Harbor. Let's now proceed in the Kohlberg's theory of moral development. So, Kohlberg's moral development theory is a psychological theory that explains how people develop their sense of morality over time. It suggests that people go through different stages of moral development, from a focus on avoiding punishment to a focus on universal ethical principles. Kohlberg's theory builds on the work of Jean Piaget, who studies cognitive development. Kohlberg believed that moral development is a continual process that occurs throughout the lifespan, just like cognitive development. To study moral development, Kohlberg used a technique similar to Piaget's. He told people stories involving moral dilemmas and asked them to explain their reasoning for their choices. By analyzing people's responses, Kohlberg was able to identify different stages of moral development. 3 levels of Kohlberg's theory of moral development. The first level is the pre-conventional, which includes stage 1, obedience and punishment, and stage 2, individualism and exchange. For the level 2, we have the conventional, which includes stage 3, interpersonal relationships, and stage 4, maintaining social order. For the level 3, we have the post-conventional, which includes the stage 5, social contract and individual rights, and stage 6, universal principle. The first level is the pre-conventional, and usually nakikita ito sa mga young children from 4 to 10 years old. So sa stage na ito, yung children's right and wrong is nakabase sa rewards and punishment. So parang nag-follow sila ng rules because us adults tells them to, not because naiintindihan nila why rules are important. So, the stage 1 of moral development is the obedience and punishment. So, ito, common siya sa younger children. So, sa stage na ito, yung mga bata is akala nila fix na yung rules. They obey rules to avoid punishment. Hindi nila naiintindihan yung importance ng rules, pero ang alam lang nila, if hindi nila gi-obey yon, mapapunish sila. So, sa stage 2 naman, we have the individualism and exchange. So, common naman ito sa mga older children. So, dito sa stage na ito, parang nagkakaroon na ng sariling point of view ang mga bata na rules are not always fixed. Dito na sila nagsa-start mag-isip kung ano ba yung fair para sa kanila, and parang dito na rin sila nag-start mag-decide kung ano ba talaga yung mga gusto nila.
So, conventional morality. This is the second stage of moral development, and it is characterized by an acceptance of social rules concerning right and wrong. So, dito na level is gumagawa ng mga decision ang mga individual base sa kung ano ang tama at mali na idinidikta ng society o kaya ng mga taong nasa paligid. Dito sa conventional level, most adolescents and adults nagsisimula na silang mag-internalize ng mga moral standards of valued adult role models. Dito sa level 2 or unconventional morality, under dito ang stage 3 which is the interpersonal relationships. It focuses on living up to social expectations, emphasis on comedy being nice, consider how choices influence relationship. The child or individual is good in order to be seen as a person by others. So, dito na stage is ginagaya ng isang individual yung mga ginagawa ng karamihan para ma-coach siya as a good person. Halimbawa, pag ang majority ng population na nagko-conform, susunod din siya, pero kapag ang majority ng population is walang pake, wala rin siyang pake kasi para sa kanya kung ano yung ginagawa ng karamihan, ayun yung mas tama. And dahil dun siya, makukote as a good person. Or sa madaling salita, ang mga taong ganito is yung mga people pleaser. Stage 4, maintaining the social order. Consider society as a whole when making judgments. Focus is on maintaining order and following the rules, doing one's duty and respecting authority. So here, the individual is they become aware of the wild rules of society, so judgment concern obeying the rules in order to uphold the law and to avoid guilt. Dito sa stage na to, yung mga individual is gumagawa ng decisions based on the rules and laws na magre-resulta sa mas maayos na pamamalakad. Dito na stage is yung mga individual may takot sila sa mga rules and laws and para sa kanila dapat na nilang sundin yun kahit na batas lang sa tahanan, sa classroom o kaya naman ay sa paaralan.
Post-conventional level is the third and final level in his theory of moral development. It is characterized by individuals' moral decision based on abstract principles and values rather than societal rules or the approval of others.
A person in this stage might support civil rights movement or acts of civil disobedience to change laws that they believe are unjust, such as protecting discriminatory laws or advocating for environmental protection. Stage 5. Social contract and individual rights. In this stage, individuals believe that laws are social contracts that should promote the greatest good for the people. While they respect laws, they also recognize that these laws may need to be changed if they do not promote justice. Stage 6. Universal principles. At this age, moral reasoning is based on abstract principles like justice, equality, and respect for human dignity. Individuals at this stage are guided by universal ethical principles even if they conflict laws or social norms. Example, a person might refuse to participate in an action even if it is legal that they believe violates basic human rights, such as refusing to support a government that engages in genocide even if that government is legally elected.